Welcome back to SB Nation. It is time for Week 5 college football picks. Last week, I could say that I was 9-6 and making you money, but now I can say that I am 10-10 and keeping things interesting and having you wonder if you're actually going to make money if you watch these and listen to me. That's why these are for entertainment purposes only. Let's get into the picks. Arkansas travels to College Station, Texas to take on the Aggies of Texas A&M. This was a game a lot of people were looking forward to before the season started. Expect this game to be a coming out party nationally for Johnny Manziel, Texas A&M quarterback, both through the air and on the ground. He has all sorts of offensive weapons around him. Arkansas, they themselves have offensive weapons and not defensive ones of the same kind. So I like Texas A&M big here by let's call it 20 over the Razorbacks. Moving right along, Louisiana Tech travels to Charlottesville, Virginia to take on the Hoos of Virginia. And I don't like Virginia at all, and not many people do. Louisiana Tech, with a trouncing over Illinois last week, their offense is as good as their defense is suspect, but I don't expect Virginia to be able to take advantage of Louisiana Tech's defense. Expect a lot from Coach Sonny Dykes with his wide-open offense and Colby Cameron, who is helming the Louisiana Tech attack. I like Louisiana Tech by 10 points here on the road. Now, let's move out west as Arizona State travels up to Strawberry Canyon to take on the California Fighting Golden Bears, who don't appear to have a ton of fight in them, at least offensively. Does not bode well as Arizona State, even though it's early on in the season, has put forth a top 10 defense on the field. It hasn't been a lot of competition for Arizona State. They did lose to Missouri, but they've looked quite good on the other side of the field as well. Offensively, Arizona State is actually surprisingly good. Taylor Kelly, the first-year quarterback, has been quite efficient, and the weapons have been good for the Sun Devils, particularly Cam Marshall. As long as he's able to stay healthy, Sun Devils will be all right. I don't expect a ton from Cal in this game, even though they have been able to look good at spots. Brendan Bigelow is a name who looked quite good against Ohio State, but didn't do much against USC. Look for Arizona State here by a touchdown on the road. Let's move on to a big Big 12 matchup. Texas goes on the road, but is favored against Oklahoma State. David Ash has looked like a different quarterback from 2011 to 2012. We don't even know who's starting for Oklahoma State. Could it be Wes Lunt coming off of the injury? Could it be J.W. Walsh? Either way, I think one of these quarterbacks will be good eventually, just not this weekend, as Texas will run and run and run on Oklahoma State's defense. And on the defensive side of the ball, expect Alex Okafor to end up in the Oklahoma State backfield. Just an uncomfortable amount for the Cowboys. So I like Texas here by 2 touchdowns. Give me the Longhorns by 14. And finally, in another game that, well, this one's going to be the ugliest of the 5. Oregon travels to a neutral site, that's in quotes, as they go to Seattle to take on Washington State at CenturyLink Field. Oregon coming off of a 49-0 shutout, proving they can win both offensively and defensively, and that they had the secondary to match up with a pass-first team like Washington State is and will continue to be. I do like what Washington State has on offense, in particular the quarterback position. It won't matter if it's Connor Halliday or Jeff Toole. They're going to win or lose these games alike, but it's just there's too much for Oregon on both sides of the field. They can score too many ways. 29 points feels actually a little bit low considering what Washington State was able to give up against Colorado last week in the second half. Expect Oregon big here. I'm going to say the Ducks 65, Washington State 17. It's going to get real ugly real fast. So let us know what I missed. Let us know who you think I'm going to get right. If anybody, it really is getting quite dicey at this point. But let us know in the comments. I will see you next week.